define a stitch. Identify and demonstrate three basic stitches and set to uses of each stitch. Are you there? Please pay attention. So before we start, I'm going to give you three of my students. Okay. One here. Are you there? Okay, someone here. Okay, let's continue. We are going to do a demonstration now. So, what happens? Can I join piece of fabric? Can I join piece of fabric? Anyone? What's up, my shower there? I can't. Okay. He's there. You try. Right. Okay. I can hear you. Another one. Okay. Wow, that's good. So, without a sewing machine, you can actually join these two pieces of fabric together. Please pay attention, okay? Pay attention. Without a sewing machine, you can actually use a needle and thread to join these two pieces of fabric. You cannot wear your clothes without joining them, either by hand or sewing machine. That's our topic, which is basic hand stitches. Are you there? Basic hand stitches. So we are going to do simple demonstration. First of all, what is a stitch? A single loop of thread made by a needle between sewing. A single loop of thread made by a needle between sewing is called a stitch. I'm going to show you something now. Can you see this? A single loop of thread made by a needle between sewing is called a stitch. So what happens when they are made? When something is made, what do you do? How do you call it? Good job. So this is stitches. Many loops of thread made by threaders is called stitches. So the outside you thread your needle, your clothes, design the clothes, or to mend them together is called stitching. Are you there? So when I was doing this, when I was putting this stitch, so the outside which I thread in my needle and my thread, as them in and out of this fabric to hold this fabric, if the design on it is called stitching. Are you there? Good job. So we are going to do simple demonstration on this. Before I gave you. Okay. Pay attention. We are going to talk about the three types of stitches. The three types of stitches Are you sure? We have back stitches too. We have back stitches too. Back stitch is a type of stitch, like a permanent type of stitch. It's a permanent type of stitch that is made to hold. So the type of stitch that is made on the fabric to stay long on the fabric. So when a roll are you there? Yes. So we now have hemming stitch. Hemming stitch, the type of stitch that is made to hold the edge of a cloth. After sewing your clothes, it will look very unprofessional if you don't hem the clothes. So you hold the clothes backward, then you stitch it. We are going to make a demonstration on these stitches. We are going to start with the running stitch, okay? Okay. So look at what I'm doing. So my students will do that too. You do with me, okay? Because sometimes you do with me. So this is running stitch. What do? You thread in your needle. Put your thread in the hole of the needle. Then you tie. Are you there? Yes. Try the knots. Start like this. Can you see? Yes. What are we doing now? Good job. So you continue. You put your needle, put it, and move it through this side. Can you see? Yes. Okay, you continue. So running stitch is a type of stitch that is made to stay on the cloth for short time, and is the simplest type of stitch. Running stitch. So can you see? Wow. So this is the running stitch. Are you there? Yes. We're also going to do back stitch. I talked about this running. What I said is, okay, what's the simplest type of stitch? Then we have back stitch, which is the strongest type of stitch. It's meant to stay permanently on the clothes. Are you there? Yes. We are going to do back stitch. So remember in this stitch, remember in the running stitch, it looks like dash, 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 dash. It appears like dash, dash, dash. The back stitch also appears like dash, but the dashes are connected. So we are going to start back stitch now. You put your needle, bring it out like this, you put it again. We are making back stitch now. When you are bringing out this needle, when you are putting it and bringing out, make sure it will be far, very far from this glass wound. Are you there? Yes. Then you have to take it back. That is why it is called back stitch. You have to take it back. It makes it look strong. Connected. Are you seeing that it's connected now? Yes. Can you do this? Yes. I'm going to ask you to do it. So we are going to make an hemming stitch now. That is this type of stitch we are concentrating. Number one is running stitch. Number two, back stitch. Number three, hemming stitch. Yes, love you all. Let's continue. We are going to make a hemming stitch. A The type of stitch that is used to hold the edge of the fabric is called what? Hemming stitch. So if you don't do hemming stitch on your clothes, it will look tacky. Unprofessional. Thank you. So let's continue. Before you make your hemming stitch, remember I said that this hemming stitch is at the edge of the fabric, the edge of the clothes. This sellers do. They will fold the clothes backward. They will do what? Fold it inside. So we are going to fold it here. So before here, can you hear me? This is a confusing sound, okay? That means stitch. What do I do now? Are you there? How to find it there? So like to stay, the fold will stay. Before I teach you how to do it. So we're going to make hemming stitch now. This part is red. Now put this side. Bring it out. Can you see it now? So you continue. Remember, this is the remaining. Are you there? This is the remaining. You have to pick from here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't be distracted, okay? What is this? So this is called hemming stitch. Called hemming stitch. So this looks like this now. To hold the edge of the fabric, it was like this. Are you there? Yes. So one of the sides gets this blue running stitch. Running stitch. Are you there? Running stitch. Running stitch. Are you there? Yes. Wow. This is beautiful. One is a back stitch. Clap for yourself. Then we have a few questions for you. What is the stitch? Few questions. What is the stitch? Oh, yeah, okay. Back stitch is the strongest. What is a stitch? What is a stitch? That's stop. Okay, after you, okay? Okay. Okay, after. Right, that's beautiful. Remember I said the single loop of thread made by a needle being sewn is called a stitch. So which stitch is the strongest? That's correct. The stitch that is the hardest and that can stay on the fabric without removing is back stitch. stitch. Which stitch is used for hands? No, I want this side. So which stitch is the strongest? What stitch can you use for hands? Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Which stitch appears like dash, dash, dash? Oh, this is quite low. That's correct. So remember we have been talking about stitches. Then a single of thread made by doing sewing. Stitch, when they appear more than two, you call it what? Stitches. You call it what? Stitches. The art of putting your present making an out of the top is called what? Stitches. Wow, this is good. This is great. Okay. And we also talk about the we measure running stitch, we measure and we measure every stitch. Let's go and the project to do. Are you there? Yes. So when you go back home, you make the stitch. Can you hear me? Yes. When you go back home, you do what? Make a simple thing that using a running stitch. What is the simplest type of stitch? So I'm going to give you your running stitch. Make a simple. Sorry?
Yes, I can see your picture. She spends 18 minutes. Thank you very much. Dr. Christus, can you check a bit? Auntie, why you were trying to show this? You have to do it. You have to let it Shakira. But you did well. Thank you very much. And we will move on immediately to the next on our list. Of course, you have the board, you have your slide, I believe. Mrs. Blessing Chinedu, please, you have the stage.
Good afternoon, students. Thank you so much. Students, please, this is SS. We should complete ourselves. Is that okay? So today, last week, took you on the amazing journey of foods, and I started with the digestion of carbohydrates from the mouth, and the topic is the digestion and absorption of food nutrients. And I broke it down last week into episodes. Last week we looked at episode 1, digestion of carbohydrates in the mouth. And today we are going to look at episode 2 of the lesson, which is the digestion the digestion of protein in the stomach. And permit me to ask quickly, ever wondered, when take egg, have you ever wondered what happens to this egg in the stomach? Has anybody ever thought of that? Yes? Anybody, if you get it, you have the egg. Remember in my class, you give tips, okay? I tip my students. That's good. Alright, let's quickly go to our learning objectives. Today, in this class, please, I want you to pay attention because you're going to learn a number of things. Number one, you're going to be able to explain what happens inside your stomach during digestion. You're also going to be able to explain why carbohydrate digestion stops in the stomach. You will be able to state the functions of hydrochloric acid. You will be able to explain the functions of mucus in the stomach. You will be able to describe the protein digestion by pepsin and renin. And you will be able to explain the formation of chyme. Very good. Let's go to the next slide. A recap from what we did last week, a rundown. Last week we looked at the digestion of carbohydrate. We looked at the piece of bread. I used the piece of bread as an example. And we followed that journey from the mouth to the stomach. Now look at the summary on the screen. Okay? We have carbohydrate. Carbohydrate goes to the mouth. And then I told us last week that the process of digestion in the mouth is brought about. Number one, we have a mechanical process and we have a chemical process. The mechanical process is brought about by a process known as mastication. Mastication is the ability of the teeth to chew and crush food molecules. So when the teeth crushes the food molecules, there is a mini factory in your mouth known as the salivary gland. This salivary gland releases saliva. And this saliva does three things in mouth. Number one, it moistens the food and makes it easier for swallowing. It provides what we call mucin that lubricates the food and makes it easy to swallow. And number three, it provides an alkaline medium that is responsible for allowing the enzyme amylase to work on the food. Is that okay? Yeah. Now, when you take in the bread, saliva will release enzymes, release alkaline medium, release mucin, and they begin to work on the food. Once enzyme comes in, chemical process has just begun. Is that taking? Yes. Is that taking? Yes. Good. So once it digests, it will break down that piece of bread to what we call maltose. Maltose is a disaccharide. Remember, 2 weeks ago we looked at food nutrients, functions, and classifications. And we were able to classify carbohydrates, so I won't go into that because of time. Is that okay? So now the tongue, with the help of the tongue, the food that has been digested to maltose will be rolled into a bolus. Look at it, a bolus is a soft mass of chewed food. It's a ball-like shape. It will be rolled down the esophagus. And I told you last week that the esophagus is just a passage for the bolus. No digestion happens in the esophagus. And through the help of a peristaltic movement, that is the contraction and relaxation of the walls of the esophagus, the bolus is able to push the lymph nodes of that peristaltic movement. Now listen, I want to interest you. Listen, please, one class. Now, if there is no wave-like motion in the esophagus, the food will come up from your mouth. But because of this wave-like movement, once the food contracts, once the esophagus contracts, are you looking at the shape of my hand? It contracts, the bolus goes down. It relaxes, it contracts again, the bolus goes down. That is how this bolus will travel through the esophagus down to the stomach. And then I gave you an assignment last week. I told you last week to read up what happens to digestion of protein in the stomach. And I also told you to read up why carbohydrate digestion stopped in the stomach. Who can tell me the answer? Why do you think the digestion of carbohydrates stopped in the stomach? How many of you did my assignment? Nobody. stops because the stomach is acidic. Because of the presence of HCl, hydrochloric acid. And because the salivary amylase that works in the mouth works in an environment that is alkaline. So once that enzyme gets to the stomach, the HCl, the acid will neutralize its effects. It will no longer work. Is that taken? So that is why carbohydrate stops. Okay? So I've asked this question and nobody got it to carry the egg. So I'll eat my egg. It's like, let's go to the next 2 slides. Now we can talk about digestion of protein in the stomach without talking about the digestive system. Without talking about the digestive system. Please, one class, don't be distracted, pay attention so you don't lose out. Now look at the structure of the digestive system. The digestive system runs from the mouth to the anus, and it is made up of 10 different parts and organs of the body. Now, what's digestion? Digestion is simply the process by which food molecules are broken down into small various substances that are, broken down into small various substances which is absorbed into the bloodstream and are assimilated into the cells of the body for utilization. Now we can't talk about digestion without talking about where this happens. This whole process of digestion happens where? In the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal is simply a tube-like structure that runs from the mouth to the anus. That is what it is. And you can't talk about digestion without talking about enzymes. Digestion cannot happen outside the presence of enzymes. What are enzymes? Anybody have taught you before? What are enzymes? Anybody? Yes. Enzymes. They are catalysts. They are substances that help to speed up the rate of a chemical reaction. Please note that what that implies is that in the absence of enzymes, the food, in fact, this thing between now, will not digest. Do not digest. But once there is enzyme, the digestion is wonderful. Let's go to the next slide. Now let's go proper into what we have today. The digestion in the stomach. Now let's take an overview of the stomach. You'll be hearing stomach. Look at the structure of your stomach. Are you seeing your stomach here? That is the structure of your stomach. The stomach is a muscular hollow organ. Number 2, what it does, it mixes food with gastric juice. Number 3, it protects itself with mucus. And number 4, it prepares food for the next stage. Let's go to the next slide, please, quickly. Now look at inside the stomach. When I saw this diagram, I said, God is good. God is wonderful. He pays attention to details. Let me tell somebody here, God is interested in your life. Because He pays attention to details. Is that okay? Yes. Now let's look at the structure. Please pay attention. Look at gastric glands. Okay? This inside the stomach, where the gastric juice is produced, there is something we call the gastric glands. There's something we call what? The gastric glands. The gastric glands is responsible for producing what we call gastric juice. Now, how many of us are Christians? Are you a Christian? If you're a Christian, raise your hand. Have you heard of the Godhead before? Yes. When you hear the Godhead, what comes to your mind? The Trinity, right? When you hear the Trinity, what comes to your mind? The same method, let's use that analogy. Gastric glands, Godhead, produces gastric juice, the Trinity. Now, this gastric juice knows that it cannot perform the function of digesting protein alone. In fact, even our body understands teamwork. Even God, of course, God who made the body understands teamwork. That's why in Genesis 1 he said, let us. Yes. So the body understands teamwork. And the same is what? There's an adage that says if you want to go faster, go alone. But if you want to go far, do what? Go together. Very good. Now this gastric juice understands that principle. And it goes to the cell Mucus cell, come. Acid producing cell, come. Enzyme producing cell, come. Let's work together. Let's team up and digest this egg. Do you understand that? God had gastric glands. The Trinity, gastric juice. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, mucus cells, acid producing cells, and enzyme producing cells. Next slide, very good. Now let's keep the gastric juice team. I told you that this guy formed a team. Okay? Now look at the team he formed. The gastric juice is made up of 3 things. Number 1, mucus, enzyme, and hydrochloric acid. Now the enzyme that is responsible for digesting protein, there are 2 parts. The renin and the pepsin. The renin is also known as chymosin. Now look at the functions of the HCl. Look at what it does. It creates acidic environment. Without this acidic environment, I want to digest. Please pay attention and listen. Number 2, it stops the action of taurine. Number 3, it kills harmful bacteria. The bacteria that came from the mouth when you ate, once it gets to the stomach, the HCl will do what? It will kill everything. Now look at it. Of pepsin. Pepsin digests protein, breaks protein into smaller peptides. Renin coddles milk, converts carcinogen into what renin does is that it converts the soluble part of milk known as carcinogen to the insoluble milk known as casein by a process called coddling of milk. Now mucus, this guy is bodyguard. Without this guy, there will be problem in your stomach. Number 1, it protects the stomach lining. Yes. Number 2, it prevents the stomach from being digested by acid and enzyme. Please, let's go to the next slide very quickly. Now look at the functions. I've said that. What are the functions of hydrochloric acid? Now look at this bodyguard. The mucus is a thing. Look at this diagram. Please pay attention. When I tell you that God is wonderful, just believe me. Look at this mucus. Look at how thick. God just laid this mucus down your stomach lining because He knows that if the acid in your stomach comes in contact with the lining of your stomach, there will be problem. I will ask you a question. Some of you that say, let me ask you, and the person will ask you. But let me just tell you, what do you think causes ulcer? Okay, functions. Number 1, it protects the stomach lining from hydrochloric acid and enzyme. Without this mucus, the hydrochloric acid and the enzyme in the stomach will begin to digest the stomach. Number 2, it prevents the stomach from digesting itself. Okay, so without mucus, the strong acid and enzymes in the stomach will damage the stomach. Imagine President Tinubu traveling with bandits. Bandits will move on. So they go with bodyguard. So imagine digestion of protein happening in your stomach. And there is no mucus, no bodyguard to protect your stomach. You will land in the hospital. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now let's look at protein digestion proper. And I'm going to use this analogy. How many of you have ever traveled on bus? Traveling to Soka. Assuming you are traveling to Soka, you get up from your house and you move to the park. The park is the stomach. Protein goes into the mouth, moves from his house, from the mouth to the stomach, and the stomach is the park. Then you get into the park, and then you go and find in your name. You want to enter a bus going to Soka. Now what happens is that there is somebody who is always there. You enter the bus is known as Soka going bus. That bus you have entered is known as digestion. Is that okay? Number 1, I said the stomach is the protein coming to the stomach. Number 2, what happens? Digestion is the bus. Now inside that digestion bus, remember there is somebody that finds you into the bus. Sometimes you don't even know who the driver of the bus is until it's time to leave. Yes, right? The person that takes that position in your stomach is the HCl. It prepares the ground for the flight to take off. It prepares the ground for the driver to come in and zoom off. Now, when the driver now shows, the driver will now say, put on your seatbelt, That seatbelt is what? For the guy, mucus will and coat the environment for the digestion to properly take place. And the driver will drive you down to your destination, Nsukka. When you get to Nsukka, what does it imply? Digestion of protein has happened, has been broken down into what we know as time. We'll see that. So this is meat. You are just taking a large portion of meat. Pepsin, which is to note, renin is majorly an enzyme that digests milk and is mostly found in children. Whereas pepsin is the enzyme that digests every other kind of protein you consume. You know your protein sources. We have done it last 2 weeks, so that's why I'm not bothering myself. Okay? So meat, protein, large digest it, and it will break it down into smaller protein fragments known as what? Peptides. Now look at milk. If milk comes in, renin will work on it, and then it will break down into what we call pepsin. Let's summarize.
So if you break it down into what?
The moment this woman finishes.
Thank you very much.
I think they should start now.
Let's hope that God will favor you, that He will favor you kind of person. But the last thing,
No, you know it's not possible now.
okay, so your time starts now. We are going to restart our time. Let the IT is get ready. It's like the center in this line. Please, Dr. BM, can you help check? Our slides seem to be empty. Oh, but you see this presentation?
everyone. My name once again is Miss Ogochu J. And I've changed my topic. I am so sorry for the last. So, now listen. This is a grade 1 class. This is a grade 1 class. What is this? What is this? Who is this? Who is this? What is this? A cake. What will you call a cat? An animal. Thank you. So now it will lead us to our topic. Noun. What is a noun? I only need one person. One person. Yes?
A noun is a name of a person, animal, place, or thing.
It is a name of a person, animal, place, or thing. That means that whatever you call a person is noun. Whatever you call a place is a noun. Whatever you call a thing is the noun. And whatever you call an animal is the noun. So literally it means a noun is a name. Next. Now I want you to look at what is on the board. I need someone to pick the noun from this line. Oh, very good. A big round of applause. Thank you. Next one, I need someone to pick from this line. Someone from this line. School. Oh, very beautiful. Very beautiful. A sound clap. Now for the next line. Boat. Very beautiful. I feel like there are 2 nouns in that line. Shirt. Okay, shirt. That's very nice. For the last line. Allowed. That is not allowed. For this, we're going to answer the next question. The last line. You also need to listen. So, I will take someone from the side. Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Please be quiet. At the end of the class, we are going to go outside. And we are going to try to see if we can find the nouns outside. So if you keep making noise, do not join our activity outside. Thank you very much. Now that's the last class. It's very simple. A noun names something. Names everything to a certain extent. Names something or everything to a certain little boy playing with his new ball in his school. Yes? Boy and school. I feel we are missing one thing. Yes? Ball and school. There are 3 nouns there. I need someone to say the 3 of them not alone. Yes? Boy, ball, and school. As you can see, boy is the person, ball is the thing, and school is the where. Yes, thank you. And then the next question says, doctor said the loneliness in the hospital is coming. The doctor said the only nurse in the hospital is coming. Someone from this side. Now, yes. Doctor, nurse, and hospital. Okay, before I move on, I feel that some of you might not understand why we are we say that doctor is a noun. If you're confused, please raise up your hand. Okay, you're confused. A doctor is a person. The person that wears the coat in the hospital. The person. How many of you have seen a hospital? How many of you have seen a doctor? That person that is putting on that beautiful white coat is a person, right? That doctor, the name is meant to be a noun for that person. Okay, now let's move on. Please next. Okay, this is very simple. This is do it yourself time. Do it yourself time. I only need 2 people for this. I'll give you 2 minutes and get a piece of paper and do it yourself. I need you to give me 1 noun for person, 1 noun for place, 1 noun for thing, and 1 noun for animal. Just 2 people. Write it down. Okay, the 2 minutes are up. Yes?
For the person there, an engineer. For a place, bookland. For a thing, an exact book. Then for an animal, an antelope.
A beautiful clap for him. That's very nice. Now the next person, the last person. Under person, under exorcism, under things, under animals, dog. Wow. A simple clap for her. That's very good. It means she understood. Now, if you have a question for anything you cannot understand, just raise your hand. I'll take one confusion. Now,
So let me just make a move. With the front view.
Since you said all of us, I'm not understood, right? I need one person from the row that will tell me the name of the noun, the name of the person. Shama, thank you. Thank you. That was not in the
sure you already have an idea. Who won this game? But I would like to start by appreciating our last presenter. I'm sure she just came up with that. And that's how to approach life. You understand? Don't give up, don't give in, get on that stage. You may not win this time, you will win the next time. But you will not run away. Never run away. Clap for her again. When you have an opportunity like this, let me tell you the things you should do and the things you should not do. I'll start from the first speaker. Time management. You were given, Mrs. Olayemi presented about what? A master craft. That's you are a designer. One of the things I do is design. I'm a professional, certified interior decorator and designer. Yes. Now, when a client gives me a property to design, I ask, so how much do you want to spend? Because there are chairs for 15 million a set. There are chairs for 2.5 million. In fact, there's one for 1 million. So I have to decide based on what is available. I just did 2 houses for somebody in Centenary. I spent close to 100 million designing. I spent about 30 million. In fact, you cannot tell the difference. It's actually in the quality and where I source. But if you look at the beauty, they are the same. So a teacher is a designer. I have 15 minutes to stand and deliver. You cannot include 10 objectives. Am I right? Yes. You don't need more than one. By the time you post us with that one, up and down, everybody will be standing. That is what makes you an artist. That's what makes you creative. So, always, what time do I have to ensure that they understand this mastery? Time management.